someone tried to fob us off, or fob me off, at the Temple of Sigma, and then I got a vision being like, "Nah, man, you're onto something."
That's basically the long and
That's a big summary, and that's mainly my stuff. But yeah,
that's the sort of broad strokes of it. Yeah. um. Yeah. So I'll quickly run through it. So Gehenna wandered off to go and be sociable down by the docks, and she came across the warehouse where the goblin was supposedly killed, and was informed that the guard there had killed it, which is a different story to what you had been told had happened to the goblin.
that's right.
And the other three of you found the madman and sort of chased him around the city for a bit because he said that the mark of chaos was upon Wolfgang. And you were wondering if he was trying to make an 8-pointed star as he ran around the city. Then you had your meeting with Toygan, who is your aforementioned simp. He kind of brushed you off, but he did give you some currency. You got a little bit of 10 shillings each, which you were curious to see how he handled the silver coins, but coins were exchanged.
That's right.
And then he tasked you with taking a note to Megirius, who is the guild master of the Merchants Guild.
A real dodgy looking note.
Real dodgy looking note. You had a read of it. You recognised the symbol on the sort of seal on the note as being very reminiscent of the seal that you found in the secret cult lair or whatever it was that you found the demon in. Megirius kind of also sort of fobbed you off a bit, being like, "Oh no, there's nothing to worry about." Then you tailed Megirius home. Couldn't see any obvious entrances, so Gehenna, Wolfgang, and Leon did some more sewer diving to try and get in. That's quite loud, yeah. And then, the other three party members went back to the boat, and Wolfgang, you went to the priests, or the Temple of Sigma. We were informed about the Ordo Septenaris, or Septenarius, which was the owner of the seal that you found, which was a secret club that is a sort of well-known secret, which is more of a gentleman's club for the wealthy elite of the town. But you then went and prayed, and you heard a blessing from Sigma, which everyone then said, "Oh, he's going to make Wolfgang even more insufferable now that he's been spoken to by Sigma."
And
That's right.
yeah, and I delivered that note as well.
Yes. And with that, you guys all went to bed, and it is the following day. All right, so it is. So it's the following day. You, as you are sort of rising and having, sort of breaking your fast, Joseph, because I'm assuming you're all still staying on the barge. Joseph,
Yep.
who's been up for a while, steps back onto the barge, having gone off to go and purchase some eggs and bread and a morning ale, and he says to you, "Hey, weren't you looking for some madman yesterday?"
We absolutely were.
Yeah, word on the street is that he was found brutally murdered in his the house that he was squatting in the poor quarter.
Oh, that's not
That
good.
would be right. Yes. is consistent with my visions. The word of Holy Sigmar. This town is cursed, as said. When I went to the temple, I was struck with a vision. And I heard his voice assuring me that we are on the trail of something deeper. The great threat against the Empire is here. Is that we can see? That which we can see in this cult, or this society that we're following. And I think this madman as well. Well, I think we've best go and investigate that as well, possibly.
Yeah, well, so if you're looking for the Poor Quarter, it's sort of east and north of where we're birthed. For reference, yeah, roughly around there.
There-ish?
Around there-ish, yeah. Yeah, so unless you have anything better that you would prefer to do, by all means, feel free to wander over in that direction.
Are you keeping track of the days?
I am.
It's been, yeah.
Yep.
So I don't need to worry about when the pox develops.
Not as of yet, although that's a good point. I will need the other three of you to make endurance tests. Let me just double check exactly what it was, because I've forgotten exactly how this works. Itching pox. Yeah. I will need the three of you to make average endurance tests to see if you contract the itching pox.
Alright.
Nice. Steve, you don't need to, obviously.
You'll need to roll for Steph.
I'll roll for Steph. I'll also roll for Nick, seeing as he
Yep.
is technically
Yep.
present. Let me get their character sheets up. Ulrich and Johanna. And we'll minimize that for the time being. Alright. We'll do Ulrich's first, because that's the one I've got my hand on. He hasn't got any advantage or anything. No. Average endurance. Great. Ulrich passes. And Johanna. Nice. No contraction of the itching pox today for the lot of you. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet. Correct.
You never know. We might go swimming in shit again.
That's true. How many days was it again,
No,
Steve?
hopefully
10?
not.
Steve?
What was that? Sorry, yeah, 10. I rolled a d10
Yeah.
for the incubation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Spaced out.
That's all right. Cool. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. That will no doubt become fun later.
Yeah.
Right. So you make your way to the Poor Quarter. Let me get my notes for that. You will make for me, please, challenging perception tests to try and make your way there and find the abode. Nice. Not so nice.
Pretty standard.
Let's see if Johanna can balance the odds. Cool. That basically balances out to a middle. Right, so you make your way to the Poor Quarter. This is not a part of the town that you've visited as of yet, but it's very much like any Poor Quarter in any of the major cities that you've visited so far. Lots of houses all crammed together in various states of disarray and squalor. It doesn't take you too long to spot the small crowd that has formed outside of this particular shanty, and as you sort of elbow your way through the crowd, you are presented with the body of the madman that you saw the previous day. He is his limbs are all twisted, and his throat has been ripped out. Can I get you to make for me, let's say, difficult intuition tests? I'll roll one for Steph as well. Look at that. In sync. Intuition. Cool. Okay. Wolfgang, there's something about the way that this body has been murdered that is sort of ringing a bell for you. Like, you feel like you've seen this before and recently, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah.
Are any of you interested in searching the dead body, or are you going to lead him to to Moore's kindly embrace?
I was kind of keen to search his house that he's squatting in, and I mean, are there guards around, or is this because this is the slum? It's just tough luck. Like, who gives a shit?
The latter.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna try and go inside the house.
Yeah, by all means.
Wolfgang, would you not want to say a prayer over him? And then I, like, give you a wink? I'll have a look.
Ah, that is a good idea.
Because then maybe you can search through him while pretending to pray over him.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, actually. Yeah, that's it. I'll, of course. And I'll bow my head, like, over solemnly.
Yep.
That is well thought of. Really, and so I'm wanting to do a pray, but I'm actually not really wanting to. Oh, actually, no, I will. I'm gonna try and yeah.
I mean, you can do both. I don't see why not.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Well, to start you off with, I'll have a cheeky average pray test, and then I'll get the two of you to then both do excellent. Let's call them average perception tests as you sort of search around both the body and the hovel.
Why do I have a -10 to perception?
Uh,
I couldn't do anymore.
No, because you were drunk before, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
You're not. Yeah.
I think I had it on the actual. I had put it on the actual perception stat. So
Interesting.
because it was saying 29 character advances 10, 29 total. I'm like, wait, what? But I fixed it.
Cool.
I don't think it's from anything I have. I think it's from when I was drunk.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I'm just quickly looking, but I think that's the only one that was like that. Yeah, it was.
How strange.
Alright, so yeah, you wanted a perception, right?
Yes, please.
Was it average or challenging?
Average, please. Cool. Alright, we'll start with Wolfgang, seeing as you're first up. You find... so your prayer... You get a lot of people sort of looking at you and sort of nodding as if in a sort of like, well, that's the correct thing to do.
Yeah, I'm doing a blessing of protection on myself.
Yep. No diseases off this beggar man.
That's it. Or cults gonna suddenly jump and attack me.
That too. Yep. All right. So you will find two things on this body.
Yep.
The first one is fleas.
Yep.
Lots of fleece.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
makes
second
sense.
is a medallion.
Yeah.
It is in sort of very tarnished silver.
Yep.
And there's a fairly thick cake of sort of grime on it. But if you take the time to sort of wipe the grime away with the hem of your cloak or the hem of your robe or whatever you choose, a bit
I'm going to
of spare
grab it for now and not do that yet. Like
Sure.
I'm going to stick it in a pouch. Like while I'm sort of praying and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to just snatch it off the body, shove it in a pouch.
Cool. I'm look at that later.
Look at it later and deal with it later. Yeah.
As for you, Leon, the hovel, this guy is not the only occupant. There are others in. Basically, every room has got at least one person squatting in it.
Yeah.
Some of them are perfectly fine with you poking your nose around. Others are somewhat hostile. Not actively going out of their way to attack you, but they'll give you a glare and sort of cuss you out.
Yeah.
So after probably a couple of minutes of snooping, you realise there's nothing much to see here.
No worries, I head back out.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I'll go back in.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any of them that didn't look like super aggressive towards me? I'll go up to. And I was hoping to speak with the recently deceased. Unfortunately, I cannot now, but do you know, did anyone see what happened?
The person you're speaking to, she says, "Oh, no, it all happened in the dead of night. Everyone was fast asleep. We heard a cry and a hue coming from downstairs, and by the time we all emerged from our various rooms, we didn't want to go out there whilst whatever was happening was happening. Old Ulfar there was already dead."
Did you smell anything weird, or any weird lights, or anything like this?
Smell anything weird? You know where we are?
Well, yes, but weirder than what is currently assailing my nose.
No, I couldn't smell anything of the sort. Weird lights? I couldn't say. I was cowering in fear. I was when I heard all the screams and the breaking of bones.
Rightly so. Well, yeah, I will not take up more of your time. Thank you.
All good. Sigma praise.
Yes, and I do the symbol back and walk out, but like half-assed.
Yep.
While that was so when I snatched the medallion as a kind of distraction, I wanted to sort of stand up from praying at the body quite quickly and be like, "So, who saw what happened?" And I'm going to get out like 2 shillings, really obviously.
Yep.
Who knows what happened?
Make for me a. You've got money involved. Make for me an easy bribery test. Oh, target number 99. Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm 59 fellowship, so plus 40.
Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as the coins appear, various people appear out of every nook and cranny that didn't look like it was possible of holding a person. And they're like, "Oh, Master Priest, oh, I heard something. I think it was the City Watch after having chased him hither and yon around town the last couple of days." And then someone else cries out, "Oh, I thought it was the mysterious bog creature that lives in the Bogan. Everyone's heard of the bog creature of the Bogan, surely." And then yet another person says something else, and no one has the same story. And none of the stories to your ear, sound accurate.
That's all right. I'm going to so I'm going to let that kind of babble build up and build up and build up, and pay attention to all of them, because then I'm going to start priesting at them.
Yep.
I'm going to go, no, I think I do know what happened. And I think I do know who killed him. It was you. And I just spin randomly, pointing my finger at the first person my finger lands on in the crowd.
Yep.
Or it was you. And spin and point to someone else.
Yep.
Or it was you. Or it was all of us. Or we have failed this man. He is a man of the Empire. He's a person of the Empire. He's a person of Sigmar. As all you are, citizens of the Empire, and as much as the Guard and the Watch and the bog creature of the Bögen might come lurking for you in your stories, it is our faith and our true belief in Sigmar and his salvation that we must cling to as people of the Empire. Because this, and I gesture to the horribly mutilated body, is what happens when we turn away from it. When we are abandoned by the people we take fellowship in. We are abandoned by our friends and compatriots. Just trying to think, where have we been? What was it? One of the... Where was one of the pubs we've been to?
In Bögenhafen?
On this side of the river, yeah.
You stopped in at what was it called? Oh, hang on. I know I have it here somewhere. Bögenhafen, not NPCs. Locations. It was the Half Measure. You've stopped in there.
That's...
And I think the other one was...
I remember the half measure because that was like the halfling.
That was the
that got
halfling
kicked
one,
out
yeah.
'cause it was late at night. Trying to think. No, you know what I said I'm going to say, this evening, I will be praying in the Temple of Sigmar, and there will be a reward for someone who can bring me the truth of what happened here. So that's what I want to say.
I think your exceptional bribery test from before shall continue on for that. There's a lot of very hungry eyes staring at the silver coins in your hand.
I put them away and heft my Warhammer.
Yep.
I'm fully armored at this point because I'm fully armored as of yesterday.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So you the rather avaricious eyes turn to I guess fear and concern when you start sort of hefting the Warhammer. Mm-hmm. But the gleam isn't quite gone entirely. Some of them have definitely got silver on the brain now that you've shown it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's right. But now I'll just wait for Leon and or Gehenna.
Yeah.
I think Steph's joined us now. So.
Hello.
Hello. I shall relinquish your character to you.
Thank you. I think at this point I'll just be silent muscle, because last time I tried to do something I woke up half the neighborhood and fell in a sewer.
That's true. You did fall into a sewer.
Yeah.
Not as epically as I fell into the sewer.
No, you were far superior in your sewer falling.
Alright, so the three of you, or four of you, I assume Ulrich's with you, just tailing along drinking.
Probably.
What are your intentions for today then? You have viewed this body, obviously you've now said that you intend to be at the Temple of Sigmar this evening.
I will, yeah.
You've got a few options of things that you could do. You could try and tail Magirius again, see if there's any more information you can get out of him. You could make another attempt to get in to see Franz Steinhager, who you're still convinced is a part of this whole plot after having found that handkerchief.
Well, and it was one of his warehouses where the goblin was.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
That seems a big, important
Sus.
piece of information.
There was obviously the Councillor Toygan that you're very suspicious of. Yeah, there's a number of things that you could choose to do with your time.
Could I go to the guard post or guard house or whatever, and I just want to, talk to them and explain the injuries and stuff and see if they've seen any other deaths with similar sort of, injuries.
Yeah, okay.
Got it. Like, I don't want to go back to the boat. I'm very conscious of leading this crowd of money-hungry people back to the boat, so I'm personally going to massively avoid that for the rest of the day.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I do want to try and get some privacy, so I guess I can talk to everyone directly about my vision
Yes.
and see what they think of that.
Alright, well, I guess probably a good place that you could start is maybe... obviously Leon wants to go and speak to the guards and find out about if there have been any other suspicious deaths with a sort of similar MO.
Yeah.
Obviously you can all tail along for that, or you could... there's... considering the nature of the sewers and the sort of somewhat illicit nature of the chamber that you found, maybe you could speak to some people who maybe walk on the dodgy side of life, see if they know anything about the goings on in the sewers. Sewers are notorious for smuggling and whatnot. I'm sure it wouldn't take too much gossiping to find out if there is a local thieves guild or anything of that nature.
It's true. I'm happy to follow Leon around, to be honest.
I could always do some brass gossiping.
Some brass gossiping.
Yeah.
You talk brass tacks, as it were.
Nice.
Hang on. What we need right now is...
You'll love to see it.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so you head to... I'm going to say, Leon, you head to the same watch post that you've been visiting the last couple of times you've been here, which is down down this way. Sort of around here-ish.
Yep. Oh, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you head down there. I'm going to say that Ulrich's going to pair off with Gehenna and do some talking with the reprobates of the Empire. So you and
two
Lee...
of us definitely wouldn't help in that situation.
No. So
No.
you
I was going to... Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say to Gehenna, when we're out of sight again of the ravening hordes, how much money do you have on you?
That's a good question. Once I manage to log into Roll20, I can tell you.
I could probably tell you. I think I still have a character sheet up.
Make Steph log in so she stops thinking it was.
I'm actually trying to log in, but it's not.
No, I
letting
know.
me,
I'm just
if
telling
you
you. I'm
don't mind.
Gehenna's bloody loaded, mate. 4 gold, 24 shillings, 27 brass pennies. She's wealthier than the rest of us.
Yes. It's because evil pays. Or brass, I guess.
Just for interest's sake, Gehenna, I've just converted all of your currency into gold because
Thank you, yes.
it was
how much?
5 gold, 6 shillings, and 3 brass pennies.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I'll give you
she's
another
fine.
like 5 or 6 shilling.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Sick.
like 5 shilling.
Cool.
Just say, look, I expect this back unless you come back with good information. But it might be helpful to grease some path.
Cool.
Alright, well, I was just going to say, I just added that in for you, Steph, but you've also added it in. So you should
I'll let you take it back out.
11, there you go.
Make a withdrawal, thank you.
Right, now I shall relinquish control.
Thank you.
Cool, okay, so the 4 of you part ways. Wolfgang and Leon, you make your way down to the guard tower. Leon, you spot one of the guards that you had a couple of run-ins with during your time in Bögenhafen, and you approach him. What do you say?
Hello. Good to see you again. The crazy man who was preaching the last couple of days, he was found dead this morning with his throat ripped out and his bones were broken. Have you seen any other deaths with those trademarks, I guess?
Throat ripped out. Limbs broken, you say?
Yes, it was quite disgusting.
No, I have no doubt. I have no doubt of that. Have I seen anything like that? I don't know. I could have a look through the logs. Give me a moment. I'll go and have a quick look. See.
I'd appreciate.
So, he heads off and starts reading through the sort of the day book in the watchtower. Then, sort of as you're standing there, the sort of the comings and goings of patrols coming in and out. General malcontents being brought in for holding, all that sort of stuff is going on around you. And after probably maybe 5 minutes, he returns and said, we've definitely had some mysterious deaths involving broken bones, but by mysterious I mean they were deaf, they died before their time, but knowing the people who there was who were died, as it were, they were a bunch of drunks, so I'm not surprised they had broken bones from that resulted in them killing themselves. As for throats being ripped out, the last mention of one of those was a good couple of years ago. It was a hunting accident. A wolf had caught one of the merchants' baggage boys and savaged him, ripped his throat clean out. It did, but nothing more recent, I'm afraid. No.
Well, I did not see any animals there, so
I'll be
I
very
don't know if a human could have done it, but it's very strange.
I'll be very
Well,
surprised if a wolf got into the city. That's for sure.
Yes.
Um,
Well, if I just thought maybe it was something that had happened before, but I guess not.
Leon, I'm going to get you to make a challenging intuition test now. See if you get luckier this time.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there we go. With the conversation sort of talking about dead bodies and whatnot, it brought up a recent memory. The wounds inflicted on the madman Ulfar were very similar to the wounds that you found on the body of the drunken dwarf that you found in the sewer.
Right.
You
We
rem-
saw him just previous to it happening, right?
Correct.
Like, yeah.
That same day you'd seen him, and then you then found his mutilated corpse.
He was in the
sewers.
gallows or something.
That's correct.
Or like in the stocks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Wolfgang, I just had the memory come back. Remember the dwarf we saw, and then he was in the sewers. He also had his throat ripped out. This. I wonder if one of those bums was saying about some monster in the sewers. Maybe there is. But why would it happen above ground?
Well, hang on, we when we searched for the dwarf, we heard someone nearby when I yelled out and they ran from it.
Sorry, Alex, you're
Right.
super quiet.
Yeah.
I'm just something weird's going on with my mic. Sorry. Just trying to get it resolved. I'm getting like really strong in my own ears.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I've turned you up a little bit, so hopefully I can hear you
Any
better.
better?
It's still really quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was just pointing out the
Aha, that's
dwarf.
better.
Yeah, I'm holding the mic right in my mouth. Hang on. The dwarf. When we yelled out in the sewers, we found someone ran away from us.
Yes.
This made me think maybe not a monster, or maybe the monster is a story that someone's been spreading to hide their nefarious plots.
Well, also, I'm thinking if you were trying to silence someone and send a message, wouldn't ripping their throat out be a good one?
Of course. Definitely.
So maybe the dwarf ran into like another one of those rooms that we found that he should not have seen.
Maybe.
I really don't want to go back in the sewers.
No, I'm done. I've already ruined my robe.
But if we are going back, I am getting like a rope ladder.
I wonder if there's some kind of guild or group that regularly go down there that we could talk to, or if the guards know anything more. Any other guards that you can talk to?
I don't know if this town is big enough for rat catchers, but maybe.
That could be something we could look into.
Alright, let's hold on. I'll go back to the guard. Is there a rat catchers or like a cleaning business for the sewers? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Rat catchers? No, we don't really have a rat catchers guild here. We do occasionally get the odd sort of we have, I guess, freelancers, if you will. occasionally a
that's-
sewer jack or a team of sewer jacks will pass through the town on their way to one of the bigger cities. You know, Altdorf, Ubersreich, that sort of like. And they'll occasionally work for their keep for a couple of days just to, you know, we get them to just do a sweep of the sewers, make sure there's nothing nefarious going on. But we haven't had a team of them around for quite some time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, my pleasure. We will cut over to Johanna and Ulrich, who... Johanna, can you make for me a... where are we? Can you make for me an average gossip test? Just to see if you can find out where you might need to go to find some walkers of the dodgy path, as it were. Wow. A nat 100.
I have no clue and will never know. That's disgraceful.
That is disgraceful. Okay, well, you stumble around for a bit, asking people questions. Those people are giving you very strange looks. Eventually, you decide, you know what, my throat's dry from all this talking. I'm going to go and get an ale. So you enter a rather, I guess, dingy-looking tavern. Actually not that far away from where Wolfgang and Leon are. Probably like a block away. And so you sit down and you order a drink, and the drink will be like 3 pennies.
Fair enough.
And the barman will, after pouring your drink and making sure that everyone else is seen to, wanders over and says, "Hello, stranger. We've not seen you about these parts before."
Yes, I'm fairly new in the area, looking perhaps to get some work, pay for the lifestyle such as it is.
Yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Do you hear about that mutant goblin? What a debacle that was, eh?
I heard that it ran all over town with people chasing it.
That's what I heard as well. And then wound up dead in some warehouse on the other side of the river.
Strange, isn't it? Is it any particular type of warehouse that it was found in?
Oh, I don't know that the rumours go into that much depth. You know how rumours are. The rumour mill
Oh, yeah.
is a funny thing in any town.
Always. But yeah, I heard it you've got quite a sewer network here.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. It's, for a town of our size, it's definitely fairly modest, that's for sure.
Was that built along with the town, or did it come after?
It was built at the same time with the town, yeah. I mean, there's been extensions made, as far as I'm aware, as time has gone on and the town has grown, but for the most part, the majority of the sewer network was built at the time that the town itself was built.
Amazing. You must have to get people to clean that out fairly regularly.
Yeah, well, we occasionally get travelling bands of sewer jacks who are passing through on their way to bigger and more important cities. And, they get paid to go out and check over the sewers whilst they're in town. And we do occasionally, for the ones closer to the docks, the Stevedores Guild will send some of their men in to go and do the occasional sweeps. But and you get the odd walker of the dodgy path who makes their way through there.
Oh, yes? What kind of things would they make themselves to? And I'll just pop a shilling on the bar.
Do you, Steph, have the etiquette criminal talent?
Yes.
You do?
I'm just checking. I'm hoping that I do, because that sounds sick. I don't know that I do, I think. No.
Okay. But you do have the criminal's talent.
I do have the criminal talent.
Okay. Make for me an average charm test.
Charm, average.
Another crit fail.
I'm just disgraceful tonight. I've had too much to drink at this point, so I slide the shilling right over the bar and onto the other side. And it just clinks to the floor really awkwardly.
Yeah. The barman sort of looks at the coin, picks it up, and says, I think you weren't meant to drop this, and puts it back on the counter and slides it in front of you.
I'm just gonna take it and very embarrassingly put it back in my pouch and go, thank you. I'm gonna finish my drink and leave.
Okay.
Just embarrass myself too much. The barman's like, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, cigars, balls or something, I don't know.
Just bloody lightweights.
Something appropriately thematic.
Bloody southern lightweights.
Yeah.
Alright, well, after that truly excellent
Debacle.
attempt at trying to garner any information,
I'm failing horrendously.
the four of you meet up again. I assume you didn't share what information you did and didn't get.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go, I got nothing. I'm not gonna elaborate.
So what is the next step for you guys then, do you think?
I think I will be following whoever's got the best plan and maybe just keeping quiet.
Not sure. So Leon and I were hearing about, well, we were wondering, about the possibility of there actually being some kind of monster, but then wanting to know more about what's in the sewers. But we don't really want to go into the sewers again.
Yes. I mean, you can attempt to do what Gehenna was trying to do and see if you can't find any information about the those walkers of the dodgy path.
Yeah.
You might not have... Well, I was going to say you might not have as much success as she did, but she didn't have any success at all, so you might actually have
Yeah.
more success than she
You
did.
might have
Well,
more
you
success.
try a different tavern, I suppose.
Yeah, you can't possibly have any worse luck, I think, than she did.
Yeah.
That's true. Alright, well, I guess we'll do that. Are we all going to go, or is it just going to be a couple of us?
I'm gonna come along, but I might not say much.
Yeah. We'll pick a different tavern.
Yeah.
Sure. So you wander a bit further afield and you end up at a tavern called... I do actually have a prepared list of taverns. That is a tavern, isn't it? Yeah. The Wolf's Tail.
Nice.
It is a rather small tavern. And as you enter through the door, you notice that there is, in fact, a genuine wolf's tail nailed to the door.
Nice. Sounds a bit Ulrich-y.
Yeah, you would think that, yeah.
Yeah.
most of the people that you spot in there, just at a quick glance, appear to be either members of the town watch or mercenaries who are on leave. Maybe like caravan guards that have come for the Schaffenfest and they're not needed whilst the festival's on. It's relatively quiet at this time of day. It's sort of around midday-ish. But once inside, like it's quiet, but it's cozy. There's 2 fires that are on, keeping it warm, and the publican behind the bar is a lady who is missing an eye and sort of grimacing.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hello. Mistress, can I buy us? I'll buy us all drinks, as in the 4 of us.
Yep.
I'll give you your money back.
Oh, thanks.
What are you having then, eh? Ale?
That'll do.
Very well. One moment, and she goes off to go and pour you 4 ales.
So, what are the while we're waiting at the bar? What are the other patrons we're seeing?
As I sort of mentioned, they're very sort of martial types. So there's a number of members of the town watch, mercenaries who would have I say mercenaries, like they look more like hired guards for the various different caravans and whatnot that have arrived for the Scharfenfest.
Yep.
And that's really it. As I said, it's quite quiet in here, so there's not really many people.
No, that's fine. Well, once we've got our ales, I might go to one of the guards.
Yep.
The tiredest looking one.
Sure. I'll probably need you to make for me
Intriguing.
an intuition test for that, I think.
Sure. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly restart my Discord on my headset because I'm just hearing myself constantly and it's just horrific. So I was at this awful echo, like half a second delay on my own speech. So
That's not
I
ideal.
am struggling. So give me just a moment. Sorry.
Yep, all good. That will give me time to finish resetting these things. Look who it is, everyone. Luke is in the chat. Hi, Luke. I bet you are the tiredest guard with
Hello.
a 6-month-old baby. Why did that not work? There we go. Now it's worked.
I think. Oh, whoops. Alex is just testing his mic.
Luke, what do you think Leon's been up to whilst the party have been being arrested and gallivanting around the south of the Reichland?
Me?
Did I say Leon or did I say Lucian?
You said Leon, but
I
realized
am the
what you
worst. I
meant.
meant Lucian. Yes. I'm a terrible person and I cannot tell 2 names that start with L apart.
You'll get there.
Yeah, that tracks. That fits with Lucian's general character. I don't know that you have ever found a new Nurse Meredith for you, sadly. Yeah, that's probably fair. I think being that a lot of you are sort of praised as heroes of Middenheim, I think that you would have had significant help and probably some sort of financial support from the Graf. Yeah, to sort of establish your own sort of store. I don't see why that wouldn't be possible. Sure makes sense to me. And selling poison. The one who died, that's a bit rude. So he said off camera he went and shook down the old lady at the quarantine city to find out her secrets. Yeah, have fun shaking down a corpse.
We always do.
Just give me your recipes. Didn't you get violently ill from one of her potions?
That's how you know it's good.
That's true.
And all the more reason why she should share.
Yes, that does sound right. He says, I think she was actually about to call the police from memory, and then mysteriously
Oh
died.
yeah.
I don't know if it was mysterious. Everyone in that town was going to die eventually, right?
Yeah, it was bound to happen at some point.
They were all getting the, what was it, the spotted green brain pox? I think that's what I called it.
Something
Yes,
like
the
that.
spotted green brain pox, which is a bloody mouthful. Try saying that 10 times quickly. I don't think she drowned in a sink. I think you have elaborated that.
I think that's alleged.
That is definitely... lots of allegedlys and in-air quotations, please.
Can you hear me again?
Hello,
I
he's
can
back.
hear you. Hello.
And I don't hear myself, so we're all
I'd
good.
love
Okay,
to
that's
see
much
it.
better.
No voices in your head.
No, thank God for that. Right, apologies.
That's alright.
You'll love to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Praise Sigmar.
Luke has asked us the question that we all really want to know is when the Cum Laden tote bag merch drop happening?
We're working on it.
It will take time.
We've got our best men on it.
It has to be in the Marc Jacobs font.
Horrendous.
Luke, it's I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of any merch.
Come laden or otherwise.
Yeah, precisely. It may or may not be happening. We may or may not have a small, a group of small, underpaid Southeast Asian workers on it.
I thought you were going to say partners.
We'll never
I
know.
thought you were gonna say halflings in bags.
Yeah. that's to get the best results. That is how you do it.
Yeah.
Bag up a halfling, so get to work.
Oh, that's
On your bike.
Luke has said, get 2 shirts. One says, I have a cum laden tote bag, and another says, I am a tote bag.
Oh. Oh, Luke is a parent. Luke is a father.
Oh, dearie me.
Give us another.
I think what's happened is because he's not getting his fortnightly outlet with these Warhammer sessions. He's just been bottling it up for whenever he can just like.
I bet he's been bottling it up.
It's-
He's to get a coach.
Jesus Christ.
You know, whenever he can throw peanuts from the peanut gallery at us.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, so I forget what was I doing. I was reading
I have
intuition check.
one more
Right.
T-shirt idea. Provided it doesn't already be like short for anything, we could have CLT shirts.
Oh yeah.
We got to make sure it doesn't stand for something already. That's hopefully not right wing.
Yeah, we should probably check that. All right, sorry. Back to what you were doing, and it's astounding intuition test. Okay, it takes you probably a quick look around the room to spot the tiredest guard amongst a lot of them.
Oh.
Sure, Luke. He says CLT on the back with a BLT sandwich as the art on the pocket.
Are we gonna go into catering?
I don't know. It kind of sounds that way.
Oh dear.
So it takes you, yeah. So it doesn't take you very long to spot the tiredest guard. Do you perchance purchase an additional drink to wander over to him and put in front of this
I
tired guard?
do, yes.
Cool.
I do, yes.
I will say all told for 5 drinks, you're looking at a shilling, all told.
Right. So you gave me my fire back, didn't you, Steph?
Yes, I definitely
cool.
did.
Right, okay, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll do that. And we'll sit down. And I offer him the drink. Oh gosh, you must have had a hard enough job as it is. We've fairly recently arrived in town, and it's been a shit show so far, hasn't it? There's goblin, and there's weird cult guy yelling around, and strange murderers running around the sewers. Plus, I've met half your colleagues, and they seem pretty incompetent. Must be tough.
He graciously accepts the ale and takes a long pull before he says, don't you know the half of it, friend? It's been a... Scharfenfest is always a rough week and a half. You know, you got sort of bump in and bump out at either end. It's always been a rough, week and a bit, but this one is particularly hairy.
Yeah. What else happened?
Oh, it's just you say the by Luke. We will, as you say, stay laden.
That's a good one.
What is going on?
Where is
What
this
is
chat
happening?
happening?
In the
Twitch.
stream chat, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
As you said, there's been a lot of activity in the sewers of late. There's like we always have a bit of activity happening in the sewers. There's a fairly active community of smugglers in this town. We catch one or two here and there, but we're never able to make anything stick, as it were. Like we know that there are definitely some individuals who are, if not directly involved, then are sort of known associates of some of the individuals that we have our eyes on, as it were. But yeah, there's been more than just the usual sort of wanderers of the dodgy path in the sewers in the last sort of couple of weeks.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, fairly recently arrived. I've got some guard companions. I've served my time in, various forces, and we were chasing down that goblin, see? But what we found instead was a dwarf. Did you hear about the dwarf who was in the stocks?
Oh,
He turned up ripped apart. He turned up ripped apart in the sewers.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I was wondering why we hadn't seen Gottry around recently.
Mm. So you knew him?
Oh, I would say everyone of the town watch, and I would say probably most of the people of Bögenhafen would know Gottry, if not by name, then by sight. He's a common character in this town. He's itinerant, drunken dwarf. Definitely had more than a few run-ins with the watch. Definitely thrown him in a cell to sober up overnight more than once.
Mm.
He's
Well,
fairly harmless for the most part. He just gets a bit too
He's-
on the air, as it were.
he seemed it, but then we found him turn up dead, and then we heard someone running away from the scene. It must have just happened.
Yeah,
And then I hear that mad prophet who was running around yesterday, he's turned up dead too. Same injuries.
Is that right? I've just come off the I've had the last day off before, the weekend and whatnot. So this is news to me. I've not been on duty for the last couple of days. So that's yeah, right. He's turned up dead as well.
He has.
How very odd. Do you know if anyone
What?
reported Gottry being murdered?
I don't know.
Intriguing. Well,
And I heard about one, and then so you see music. What was your name again? Sorry, I'm Wolfgang.
I'm he takes another pull. Reinhardt.
Oh, Matt.
Likewise.
So these are my companions, and yeah, we're fairly new in town, but hoping to help with some of this stuff.
Well, I mean, any
So-
assistance is always welcome. That's for certain.
But there certainly seems to be some strange goings on at the moment.
You have the right of that, my good man. You have the right of that. It's as I said, this time of year with Fest is always a particularly hairy period of time. Just lots of extra people in the town that aren't normally here, so there's always things that there's always extra incidents that happen. You know, people who wouldn't normally run in with each other running in with each other, and personalities clashing, all that sort of whatnot. Bit too much ale flowing, but yeah. Well, if you're looking for to assist in any way, well, I can tell you where's a good spot to try and maybe find some information about the old let's say the sort of smugglers, as it were.
Oh yeah.
That might at least partly aid in well, that might at least partly aid in your quest to find out what's going on here.
That sounds like it. Yeah.
Go and have a word with what's his name now? Franz at the Cross Pikes. He knows a thing or two about
Right.
the underworld goings on, even if he
He knows what's going on, even if he says he doesn't.
exactly right, my friend, exactly right. He might claim to not know, but he definitely knows what's going on. He's on our watch list, as it were.
All right. So shall I press him if I'm wanting answers, or what's a better way to get the answers out of him?
I wouldn't press him so much as I would maybe try and ingratiate myself with him. It's probably the
Alright.
best way of doing it, I think. He's got a couple of bodyguards who work security at the tavern he runs at Cross Pikes, who are
Right.
they're known roughnecks. So
Yeah. Okay.
probably easier to ingratiate than it is to intimidate.
Very well. Well, thanks very much.
Not a problem. If you can help us out with some of our smuggling issues, then I think it's a tidbit well worth spent.
All right, there we go.
And thanks for the ale.
You're very welcome. I'm gonna leave, I guess.
Cool. All right. Well, I assume the rest of you follow.
What is? Yeah, presumably. Do the rest of them follow?
Hello.
Yep. Sure do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, great.
Cool.
Well, I reckon we'll have a go at the cross pikes if we know where that is.
Johanna knows where it is.
Mhm.
Because it's the tavern that she attempted to get information out of just before.
Oh, okay.
I will wait outside. Just like leave me a bowl of water. Make sure I'm tied securely.
Like picketing a horse.
Exactly.
Just give her a nose bag and she's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so you make your way back to the crossed pikes.
Yeah.
Depositing Johanna outside.
Yep. Okay.
As mentioned before, the cross pikes is there's a lot of off-duty watchmen because it is very close to where the watch barracks are. Relatively busy at this time of day, and there's a multitude of staff there. But as you walk in, the barman behind the bar looks up at you, gives you a nod, and says, "It's be with you in just a moment." And he goes off to serve another couple of customers as you approach the bar.
Cool.
And he returns a moment later and says, "Sorry about that. We'll run off my feet this afternoon. How can I help you?"
Did you
Just
see a
some ale.
weird, socially awkward pirate walk in here?
Just a cup of ale to start with, thanks.
Couple of ales coming right up. That will be 6 pennies altogether.
Fine. That's fine. I'll give him 6 pennies.
Yep.
And we'll nurse an ale. And just look around the bar, I guess, and just sort of listen. Listen to gossip, I guess, is what I'm after at this point.
Sure. Make for me a average perception check. Is it this bar?
It must be.
Alright, well, you hear just the sort of the general buzz of conversation, but nothing in particular sort of sticks out to you as nefarious or otherwise. After a couple of minutes after he's brought you your ales, the barman comes back to you and says, "Well, I've not seen the likes of you in here before, a priest of Sigmar and he sort of stares at Leon for a minute and says, Midland State Guard?"
Oh well, I'm. No, you're right. We're fairly new in town. Came in for Sharpenfest on down the Bogan.
As most people do this time of year.
I do. There's lots of opportunities in a town like this, especially when you've got a barge and boats and used to travelling the rivers, and you can handle yourself in a fight, as we both obviously can.
Yeah, you look like you'd be right handy to have at your back in a good scrap.
I like to think so.
Make for me an average charm test. Oh. Oh.
It obviously is this bar. You know, I'm gonna have a go with.
There's
Fellowship.
something
I'm
in the
gonna have a go with
dreams.
the thing.
You got a fortune?
I'm gonna have a go. I'm gonna fortune it.
Cool. Oh,
Boom.
oh,
There you go.
there it is.
There we go.
The magic of fortune.
That's it.
He goes, well, now that you mention it, yeah, I reckon you probably would be alright in a bit of a scrap, wouldn't you? Tell me, what, other than the Scharfenfest, what brings you to the Crossed Pikes today?
Like I said, the Scharfenfest. I'm here drinking some ale with a friend of mine, and as I said, Scharfenfest. We've got a boat, command ourselves. All sorts of opportunities might fall in our laps.
Yeah.
But I suppose you might be looking for someone or something, I suppose. But yeah, you never know. One door opens, another door closes, etc.
Indeed. Are you potentially in the market for rumour and intrigue?
The very same.
The very same. Well, it will,
Indeed.
as with all commodity, there is, of course, a price attached. But I do have some bits and pieces of gossip and information that has crossed my desk, as it were, that might be of interest to you.
So? Is that so?
Indeed, it might be. But
So my friend here is a very clever man, and so what happens if this intrigue and rumor that you, I suppose, are offering us, turns out to be something we already know? It's not so much we're looking for opportunities. It would be bad of us to pay for merchandise that we already had, wouldn't it?
well, now you do raise an excellent point. How's this for a compromise? You seem like a fair and intelligent gentleman of the Empire.
I'm glad that we seem intelligent.
He gives you a sort of a raised eyebrow and a wink. And tell you what, I will name the price for the information at large. Of course, you're more than welcome to try and persuade me that it might be at a reduced rate. And then I'll tell you the piece of information, and if you already know it, I won't charge you for it. The coins will stay on the bar until you tell me it's something you don't already know the answer to.
All right.
So I know a number.
I'll get out a gold crown,
Ooh.
Oh, big spender.
but I put it down with my hand in its gauntlet firmly on top, being like, "Surprise me." I can't get my accent down. I sort of don't know what I'm doing. I keep copying.
That's alright.
That's all right.
Well,
Whatever you want it to be.
that's exactly
That's
right.
it.
He is a man of the people, after all.
That's it.
Well, seeing as you were putting down such a decent ante, as it were, to use a Pakir term, I can tell you a few different little tidbits. There's a you may have heard rumour or tell of there being a secret sort of I guess place of worship is probably the most polite way of putting it in the sewers.
Is that so?
As I said, you seem people of intelligence. You may have heard this or not.
And
Well, I happen to know where it is connected to in the street level, as it were.
that would be a very interesting piece of information.
It's I can also tell you how long ago it was constructed.
And so, by extension, you could tell us by who?
I couldn't say by who, but I think you could probably draw illusions based on the location as to where it is.
Very well. Well, say we have heard of this chamber, and say we even found the remains of one three-legged goblin there in said chamber. But
Indeed.
unfortunately, being so new in town, say we might have got a bit turned around coming back up out of the sewers, and we couldn't quite place where it was connected to. You'd be able to give me that answer, wouldn't you?
Certainly would. I certainly would. For the low price of, let's call it 20 pennies, I'd be happy to tell you that piece of information.
Well, as you can see, there's more than that on the bar, so you can keep bringing out the information, and then I'll take my hand off when I'm satisfied.
Nice.
Very well. Very well. I'm not even going to make you do a haggle test for that. I think a gold is definitely more than enough lubricant.
I don't actually have to give it to him.
No, I know. He
I'll have to see what happens, but yeah.
He's the
the construction in question was built somewhere between a year to 18 months ago. It's relatively recent in terms of sewer-based constructions. You get the odd cellar being put in here and there around the town, but they don't normally connect directly into the sewers.
Yep.
This one happens to be situated, of all places, directly beneath the offices of one Franz Steinhager.
I knew it. I don't say that out loud.
No.
Yep. Is that so?
Yeah. And for the last sort of half a year, there's been members of the Steinhager family, plus other merchant elite, coming in and out of the office at all hours of the night. On multiple occasions, been cited by, let's just say, individuals who I trust implicitly.
Indeed. And so what do these individuals or yourself know about, and what's the name of the society called?
The Ordo
Septenarius.
Septenarius. Yeah.
Ordo, what would you know of some popular symbols like the seven-pointed star of the Ordo Septenarius?
Oh, the Ordo Septenarius. Well, let's see. As I'm sure you are aware, speaking of the fact that you have brought it up, it's, I guess, Bögenhafen's worst kept secret. It's, for lack of a better term, somewhat of a gentleman's club between the elite merchants and minor nobility that exist in Bögenhafen. I think they've gone for the mystique of trying to appear sort of mystical and whatnot, but I think ultimately it's just an excuse to drink maybe some less than legally acquired Tillian brandy.
Well, you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Being a
Tillian-
man who runs a bar.
Tillian brandy, and he reaches under the bar and pulls up a bottle of Tillian brandy and says, "Oh, I happen to have a good vintage right here if you're interested."
Of course. I'll have a glass.
He pours you a glass.
So will my friends.
Pours each of you a glass.
Johanna's just crying quietly outside.
just like ear to the window, just like. It's a very nice Tillian brandy.
Yeah. I just like sniff it and nose it. I don't actually drink it. I've had again, I've nursed drinks. I wasn't really drinking them much. I was just kind of sipping.
Yeah, that's fair.
I throw it back.
Why not?
Yeah, nice.
It is, I would say, comparable to the best spirits that you have ever had.
I know my spirits, and this is very good.
That it is, and he pours himself a little nip and has one. Oh, yes, this is a good vintage, this one. Hard to come by, but of course, if you know the right people, you can definitely acquire it. Let me see, what other information have I got for you? Well, some associates of mine who have been occasionally known to take a shortcut home through the sewers have passed on to me that they've heard some strange noises coming from the direction of the aforementioned room on multiple occasions, and one such occasion mentioned that they heard screaming coming from that general area as well.
Judging on what we found in the room, that doesn't surprise me.
Fair enough. I won't push you as to what you found in the room. I'm not exactly keen to know myself.
No. I mean, I think you are, but I'm paying at the moment, so we'll... Already the gold's coming down in price, but we'll see what happens.
I would wish
So-
to not remember what was in that room.
Indeed.
You want to have some more of the brandy?
It hasn't worked so far, but I can keep trying.
So you're saying, so... Franz... Beckenbauer, I don't know what his name is.
Steinhager?
Steinhager. Okay, so it's under his office.
Yep. I'm running out of ideas for questions here. Have you got any, Leon?
I cannot think of anything. Not. The questions I have, I don't think anyone can answer. Like, what the hell is with the big moon?
Yeah, I did notice that. Morsley does seem to be overlarge of late, but like any moon, it waxes and wanes. As I understand it, Morsley has somewhat of an erratic passage through the night sky, so there are times when it is closer than it is otherwise. So it could just be it's all that's up.
Certainly strange things going on.
Indeed. Speaking of strange things, we found, associates of mine have come across, in the past couple of months, multiple corpses down in the sewers.
And your associates aren't the ones putting them there.
No, my associates are definitely not the sort to lay hands on someone in such a manner.
Okay, so whose associates are then?
Well,
Because I happen to know of one of those bodies in the sewer, and I happen to know of one of those bodies not in the sewer, but bearing remarkably similar handprints, as it were.
Is that so? And what exactly was the manner of their demise, as it were?
Well, no, you were telling me a story first. Sorry, I won't interrupt you.
Fair enough. Well, then I would say that the individuals in question that have been found downstream, heading towards the river from where our aforementioned room is located, and they have all been found mutilated with their hearts removed.
What about their throats?
Not as common, but I've definitely heard tell of at least a couple that have had their throats ripped out. In addition to the removal of the art. Leon, with your intuition test from before, remembering about the dwarf, I'll add it in now because it's something that I think with what you rolled, you probably would remember it. This probably has helped to sort of spark it. His heart had also been removed, in addition to his throat having been torn out. And it looked like his heart had been, rather than being sort of like cut out, it almost looks like his chest cavity had been sort of torn open and the heart had been like ripped
That's
out.
right. That's right. Actually, I think that happened to the dwarf as well.
Gotry?
But yes, I now recall. It looked like the heart had burst out on its own.
Yes, we'd heard
Was
tell
Bruce
that
insane?
Gotry had met an unquiet end in the sewers. His body was found a couple of nights ago.
Yes, when we were chasing a
Indeed it
gold,
was.
we came across it.
I see.
That's right. But interestingly, there was a victim found not in that room.
Indeed.
That mad prophet. He's turned up in much the same state.
Is that so? Well, that is interesting. Word had not reached my ears of that yet, but that is an interesting tidbit of knowledge.
Did we check his heart? I don't remember seeing anything.
Did I notice that about him from his mutilation when I inspected the body?
No. The only thing that was, I guess, well, not the only thing. His heart hadn't been removed. Throat ripped out.
Okay.
Legs and arms broken and bent, but no, his heart hadn't been removed.
I'll just shake my head.
Well, I mean, that's probably all the information I have for you at this precise moment. I'm sure if you're looking for anything else, I could probably assist you in some way.
I suppose it would be looking for... We'd be wanting to probably maybe even talk to some of these associates of yours who are so aware of the goings-on of these merchants and fancy types. Because I have a feeling I may need to take a look around. I may need to look in that room again. I may have to look in the offices that it's connected to.
Well, if you're willing to have a word with my associates, then I'm sure that can be arranged. Are you intending on staying in town very long?
I'm sure you know where I'm staying. I'll be here well enough.
Can't say that I do, my friend.
Oh, interesting. Well, no, you can sit. I'll be at the Temple of Sigma this evening. I intend to be there as long as I need to be there. I'm waiting for one of my own associates to show up. So maybe a meeting could be arranged that tonight with one of them at the Temple of Sigma.
Very well. I'm sure we can make some sort of arrangement. I'll put the word to the street and I'll see what shakes loose, as it were.
Very well. And don't suppose I could have some of that Chilean brandy to take with me.
He looks at the bottle and then reaches under the counter and pulls out a small sort of hip flask and decants an amount into the
Great.
hip flask. Stop us both, and it hands you the hip flask and says,
I take the hip flask with my hand that's on the gold coin.
Yep.
And I pop that in my thing, and then I get up off my stool. I'll finish the rest of my brandy, and then I'll leave.
Cool. Alright. So, you leave the inn.
Mhm.
and
I mean,
you-
I presume Leon's going to come with me, but like I just sort of
Yeah.
yeah.
As you step outside the inn,
Yeah.
you don't see Gehenna. She's
Okay.
not where you left her.
Yep. Yep. Good.
Sounds about right.
Slightly concerning.
I assume you attempt to go and try and find her.
Yes.
Do a bit of a
Yep.
look. Can I get the two of you, please, to make me challenging perception tests? Nice. Oh, only just.
Yes, tight.
Just making some toast.
Steve?
Sorry, I was just making some toast. I just ran back to my computer.
Ah, all good. Yeah, if you could do a challenging perception test, please. Excellent. Cool. Between the two of you, you manage to you see the sort of vague outline, the shadow on the floor around the corner of the inn, sort of down the sort of alleyway that runs down the side of it.
Mhm.
That is very much the silhouette of Gehenna's hat.
Yep.
And there appears to be other sort of shapes moving around her as well.
All right. Yeah, I'll go around the corner.
Cool. Alright, as you round the corner, you find that Gehenna has been cornered by a group of ne'er-do-wells.
Mhm.
They're all just sort of standing there flexing. And one of them has been saying in a rather quiet voice, "You've been sticking your nose in where it don't belong, and we need to ensure that you leave off your inquiries, as it were."
I just put
Why?
my thumb and finger in my mouth as I'm walking up and just whistle super loud.
My
Um,
nose
I
is too
I
expensive
unhook.
for the likes of you boys.
I unhook my warhammer, my one-handed warhammer, Smith's hammer.
Yep.
And just start menacing towards them.
I'm just doing that whistle and then looking off in another direction and like doing a wave symbol, like as if I'm calling guards over.
Cool.
Nice.
Can you make for me,
We found you finally.
Steve? Can you do you have any entertain, like storytelling abilities or acting?
I have storytelling.
Sure, you're doing a charades style storytelling. Make for me
makes
a
How many?
challenging entertain storytelling test, and then Wolfgang, I'll get you to make a challenging intimidate check. Oh! Oh!
Ooh.
Ooh.
And around.
Oh!
All right.
There's the opposite
Good.
end of the
Jeez.
spectrum.
The literal opposite. All right, nice.
You like try to pull your hammer out and it slips out of your hand, drops on the floor.
I think that. Yeah.
All right. The hired guys sort of look over their shoulders at you and go, "Now, there's no need for to involve anyone. It's just having a quiet conversation with this stranger here, who appears to be somewhat of a busybody.
Are any of them looking at me at this point?
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are looking at you. Some of the more what's the word I'm looking for? Rather Cro-Magnon-esque characters. Rather thick jaws and even thicker foreheads, you know?
I certainly hope that George is showing his teeth in the way that only a simian can.
Yeah, I think he's probably got his hackles up.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that I like to stick my nose where it doesn't belong as well, and I'll take my halberd off my back.
I'll pick up my warhammer and just not say anything. Slightly embarrassed.
That's what I've been doing.
Now, we don't want to have to come to blows, lads.
Well then, piss off.
Are you going to leave off with your investigations? It'd be a true travesty to the Empire if we woke up tomorrow morning and found your bodies decorating the bottom of the river now.
Can I notice is there any like identifying factors about these particular ones?
Yeah, sure thing. Can you make for me an average perception check?
Hmm?
Well, it wouldn't be any loss to the Empire if a couple of dickheads lost their heads right now.
You notice that most of them are wearing rather crudely made pendants showing some sort of rope and pulley symbol. If you want to sort of think as to what that might be, you can make a Law Reichland test if you've got it.
I think I do, and I think I know what they might be.
Cool.
I can probably guess what they are.
Well, Alex, if you want to make a crack at it, it will be a challenging, just flat intelligence test.
Mm-hmm.
Gehenna, it would be a average Law Reichland test.
I'm too busy watching their weapons, I suppose.
Do they have weapons, or are they just threatening with fists?
The two that are closest to you appear to be armed with koshers,
Yeah.
but it's hard to see. There's a number of other thugs that are sort of deeper into the alley that you can't get a direct line on, so it's hard to tell if they're armed or if they're just gonna punch you out.
Yeah.
So as a challenging intelligence test, if you want to have a crack at where you might have seen that symbol before.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm. Yeah. Nah.
Cool. Okay. It looks familiar, but
Yeah.
in the heat of everything that's going on, you can't quite place where you think you've seen it before.
Yep.
The lead one once again says, "Look, we were just sent along to pass along a message that you've got to keep your nose out of what don't concern you, or you'll be found at the bottom of the rivers."
I'm a priest of Sigma. If the any goings on that affect the citizens of the Empire concern me. And you seem to have brought cautious to a halberd fight, as my friends just said. So you lot can clear off.
The one who's been doing most of the speaking looks to the gentleman to his left and shrugs, and then he lunges for Gehenna, who is closest to him, and I'll get you to roll for initiative. Just drag your tokens out onto the board. It'll do more of a theater of the mind type scenario.
Sure. Hope everyone's alright with me starting the fight.
Yeah, no.
Let me
That's
just get the turn order tracker up. Oh, hold up. Let me erase the previous one because that's still showing up.
Oh.
Let's clear that. What did you roll, Alex? A 13? I can just manually add that in rather than making
Cool.
you do it again.
Cool.
Add turn. 13. Done. Right, let me get my guys in order. Move that so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. This is going to take too long. I'm just going to just put 2 of them out and we'll just do it multiple times because this is going to be too hard. And it is already late, as it were. We shall speed this along. Cool. Alright, let us sort that in ascending order. Alright, so one of them lunges at Gehenna. Wolfgang, you're the first to go.
Cool. I'm gonna counter lunge at his head with my hammer.
Nice.
Marvellous. Make it so. Oof.
Get hammered.
Alright, he was making an attack. This says sword, but it's
And by head, I mean left leg, apparently. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. You do
Cool.
succeed, but it was bloody
still
close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So that is 9 plus 1
Yeah.
to his leg, and by leg you mean
Right.
head.
Well, whichever. Just.
Yeah.
I mean, it says leg there where I hit him, so apparently I hit him in the leg.
I guess he's lunging away from you. You go for the head. His leg sticks out. You clock it. All right. That is 10 damage.
Oof.
How much can this lad soak?
I'm not pulling blows
No.
either, by the way. I'm just and
They
I'm
can't
kind of
afford
wanting to
us if
try and
they're
like
dead.
step forwards, with hammer and shield, and sort of step in to help get next to Gehenna
Yeah.
as much as possible, kind of thing.
So he's down to. Alright, it is one of the thugs goes. So he rushes past Gehenna and tries to strike at Leon.
Yep.
Let me roll for him. Thug. All right.
I'll roll that one more time.
Sure.
I get a marginal success
Okay.
because Halberd has defensive, which gives me +1 success level.
Okay, so that takes it to a 58,
But it
which
would
is
still be a 0, which would.
it would be a marginal failure still, but it would be a 0 failure
Oh yeah.
rather
yeah.
than a -1 failure.
But he still beats me. So.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. By how much is the question? 0. Oh, it's 1. So he will deal 8 points of damage to your torso.
Okay, I take no damage.
Nice.
I have 11. My block of 11 damage on my torso.
Nice.
Gehenna,
Which
it
is.
is.
Oh no,
your-
no, I don't have my shield, but I still block 9.
Gehenna is your go.
Alright, I'm
I mean,
gonna
very good.
hit
Yeah.
that dude with my fancy sword. Difficulty?
Which one are you attacking, sorry?
One closest to me.
Alright, that'll be the one that just attacked you and Alex has also attacked. So you would be outnumbering him 2-1. So it'll be average.
Cool. Please don't make me bleed, sword. Yay!
That's a crit success.
Hooray!
Roll, please, a d10. Oh, it's close.
Close.
Close but no cigar. Okay, I should probably roll for his defense. So that is this gentleman. He's going to attempt to dodge that. Oh my god, he also rolled a crit success.
What the
Whoa.
fuck?
Ho, ho, ho.
Nuts.
Right, well, he wins.
What?
What even?
Madness.
That is insane. Far out.
That's really
That's
Can
funny.
you use a fortune? Do you have enough? Oh no, you can't use it to get enough.
Nah. That's okay.
Also, in a draw, defender wins anyway, so...
Yeah, but you need to add. Oh no. But isn't it go to success levels then if they both crit?
So, normally how we've run it is if you both... So, whoever rolls the crit would auto-win. But also, by the same token, if the defender has rolled the same value as the other player or the other character attacking it, then the defender always wins. So
Yeah.
I
see
think
what
in
you
this
mean.
instance,
You're just like you're saying that a crit just supersedes success levels.
yes, yeah, because you've both critted, it then just goes back to being defender wins. But you know what? I think what we might do is you'll deal no. Just trying to think the best way to play this.
I mean, I don't remember this ever happening.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's been a while since we've ever had something where you've both attacker and defender have rolled crits.
I mean, it's your call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't
I
mind. But
think-
personally, I would just run it back to success levels. But
Yeah.
I can see your point of view as well. Makes total sense to me. Because you're both critting, and like normally a crit would just win, regardless of success levels. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
I think in the interest of keeping it interesting, let's say we'll roll it back to success levels. So I will remove his advantage. Johanna, you will earn an advantage. And we'll say that because you've both critted, that it won't count as a critical wound.
Yeah, I think that. Makes
So it will
perfect
just be
sense.
damage.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which is still a decent amount of damage because you have dealt, what's that, 9 plus 2, so 11 damage. Of which the gentleman can soak an amount, so he's not looking terribly happy. So one of his compatriots will take a swing at Wolfgang.
Cool.
Peeling Wolfgang off from the fight.
Mhm.
So he will take a swing at you. Please ignore the fact that it still says Thug Boss 1. I'm not opening
Yeah,
up 9 different character sheets.
That's fine.
Oh, there we go. Good stuff. I'm just going to roll to see what he does to himself here. 41.
Go away.
Go away,
It's
indeed.
meant to be shield, but it doesn't let me roll shield for some reason when I clicked on that. So I just shield, just oof.
Cool. Okay, he misjudges it, and he'll take a neg 10 penalty next time.
Cool.
So that is neg 10 next action. Alright. That will be his go. Leon, it is now your go.
Okay, well, that one guy ran up to me, so I will swing at him.
Yep.
There's no outnumbering, eh? At the
Not for
moment.
this one, no.
Far out.
He is going to attempt to dodge out of the way of this one. Oh!
At least he was worse.
He was worse. Alright, what does he do to himself? 30. Where did I put my oops table? I didn't put it anywhere. I closed it like an idiot. His weapon takes 1 damage. And he will go last. Okay. That is...
And then I just gain. Or do I don't gain advantage, he loses.
No,
it,
that's correct.
but-
He loses his advantage for attacking you, and
Yeah.
yeah, you don't gain advantage.
Yeah, well, he lost it because he lost the opposed test, but I didn't win it.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Cool.
Okay, we'll minimize that because we will inevitably need that again. Alright, it is top of the order. Wolfgang, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna smack the one that just failed to smack me.
Excellent, make it so.
Was I supposed to get an advantage for blocking his attack or not?
Yes, you would have done.
I do. Okay, cool. Get hammered.
Get hammered.
Oh, that's good rolling.
He says, "Don't tempt me." And nice.
Nice.
Okay, that's a lot of damage. What's that?
Nice.
9
It's 20.
plus...
It's 20 damage, I think. 11. 11 success levels.
Cool. Well, that very rapidly drops him to not a lot of health.
Yep.
So he can soak.
I just.
Body check him with it.
That's it, pretty much.
That actually.
Just heave it into his guts. Just oof.
Oh,
Like baseball swing.
Yeah.
jeez.
Cool. So he is now looking very unhappy. One of the other thugs that was deeper in the alley runs up and tries to attack Johanna. Oops, that is the wrong character sheet. You'd think, seeing as I decided to only use 2 character sheets, I'd remember which one I have already got open. But I don't. Excellent. Strong start.
Alright, I'm gonna try and... Is that, challenging, or...?
Yeah, challenging. Cool. You failed less bad as he did, so you win that in quotation marks. You are up, Johanna. You now have 2 individuals against you. Which actually probably should have meant that he would have done slightly better. Yeah, because he technically would have been outnumbering you then. It still would have been a failure, but he would have been outnumbering you. Yeah, so there's a guy in front of you and a guy who's just attacked you from behind.
I'm probably gonna have to attack the guy in front of me, just because he's right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
And challenging?
It is challenging, correct. Nice. He will have... that doesn't actually count for defending, so that's fine. Cool. He also, again, technically wins, but not really. Alright. Wolfgang, another individual steps out of the alley and attacks you.
He's not outnumbering me.
You are... Yes, you would be now. This... Oh, no, correct, because of your thing.
No.
That's right. Yep.
Correct.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, because I've got my special.
Your special ability of fuck right off, you lot.
Oh, I good fight. Me, you go away.
Cool. That is excellent. Well done. It is now Leon's go.
Well, maybe one day I can hit this bloke. Let's give it another whirl. Come on.
Nice.
Chance.
There is a chance. A hope and a chance. He will attempt to dodge. He is
Well,
just
you beat me.
nimble.
Yep.
Dances away from you. So that is
Could use muscle.
that one. One. Alright, top of the order. Let me roll a dice quickly. 1d2. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Wolfgang, you're up.
Cool. So guy in front of me that just, like the guy I just hit, is he still up?
Yep.
But he's pretty wounded.
He's not looking happy,
Seems-
but he's
Seems
still up.
unhappy. He's still up. I'm gonna try and peel one of the ones off Johanna, to be honest. I'm gonna try and sort of spin and hit the one that's behind her.
Sure.
If that's alright.
You're gonna have. Oh yeah, that's fine. The one that's behind her will be this guy, and
I need to be outnumbered 4-1 to be counted as outnumbered, because I have 3 ranks of combat master.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's because it's for anything, but it's for each level in this talent you count as one more person for the purposes of determining if one side outnumbers the other.
Yeah. Okay.
This talent only comes into play when you are outnumbered.
Yep. All right. So that is 13 damage.
Mhm.
That is not enough to take this gentleman out, but he is not happy. He would have. Where's his character sheet? Nope, that is not a character sheet. That is a folder.
No, it's actually my legs that are bad if I get hit.
Right.
I have a helmet and body armor and arm armor, but I don't have anything on my legs.
Oh no. Hopefully I don't get your legs.
So another individual comes running out and attempts to attack Leon. So he is now outnumbering you 2-1. So we'll see how that goes for him.
See if I can roll good for once in combat.
Whee! What has happened there?
Nope.
Whoa! What on earth just happened? Where'd everything go?
Okay.
I don't know what has happened to my screen. Are you having the same issues as I have? Or
Nope.
What are your issues?
I have no map.
I can still see a map.
No, that's all.
Okay,
Did you
It's all there.
change layers or anything
Oh,
on
yeah.
the top or
No, nothing.
pages?
Nothing's changed there. It just like when I went to roll for that character, it all just both of my monitors just sort of
Yeah.
went out. Let me try doing a refresh. This is gonna be annoying.
It's 12. Should I take? Oh no. It's 11. I'll take 2 damage.
Let's see if that fixes it. It's fixed it on this screen, and it's fixed it on the other screen. Cool. Okay, that seems to have sorted it. So, did you work out the damage?
Yeah, I took 2.
Cool. Okay.
So I took 12, but I actually took 11 because of the defensive thing. I have 5 body armor and 4 toughness.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We are up to. Oh, it's not done this as yet. Has to. I always forget that whenever I reload, because I have one screen that is the screen that I stream is the player view, not the GM view. That whenever I reload my GM version, it resets it to a player version, so I can't like scroll through the attack, the turn order, for example, just to be annoying.
Yep.
All right. It is Johanna's go.
I'm gonna hit someone.
So you've got a guy in front of you, and then there's a guy behind you that Wolfgang has just attacked. So if you attack that
guy
guy,
in front of me.
okay,
Well, what happens if I attack the guy behind me?
you would get outnumbering on him because Wolfgang is also attacking him.
All right, I'll do that then. So that's average.
That's average, correct?
I might try and re-roll that one.
Do it.
Please don't crit fail. Yay!
There we go. All right. He will attempt a dodge.
If he rolls a 1.
Does not have advantage. No, he's rolled a crit fail. That is just no matter. I don't even need to really look to see how much damage that is. That's more than enough to take him out. But can you roll for me, please, a d10? Cool.
Did it work?
It worked. Nothing happens.
That's okay. I can live with that.
And that is that thug deaderized.
Nice.
Can I do a strike through? Is that going to give me the option to do strike throughs? No. Maybe. I might be asking too much for strike throughs. Of Notepad, after all. I will just write dead. Right. Okay. The gentleman that initially attacked you, Johanna, is going to strike at you.
Mhm.
And away we go. Oh, a crit fail.
Wonderful. Shall I strike back and see what happens?
You probably should, just in case you also. Well,
Yeah,
you
be funny.
you could get a you could actually win it and then get another point of advantage. So
That would be funny. Difficulty?
it is challenging.
Yay!
Hey, you do. You actually get a point of advantage back.
Wonderful.
And his next action will be at neg 10. Okay, that is that. Leon, you're up. You've got 2 thugs on you.
I do. Fortunately, I don't have any advantage. Otherwise, I could just piss off.
Can you do a reversal thing, or is that on the enthralling?
No, I can do a reversal, but I have to hit them.
Oh, okay.
If I hit them, I can take their advantage, but I don't do any damage.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But it doesn't affect me when I'm attacking someone, when I'm outnumbered. It's only when they're attacking me.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try and hit the same guy again.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Frustrating.
he unless you want to spend a fortune point if you've got any.
I have 1, but I think I used it. I've used 2, right?
Yes, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. I'll have to use a resilience to stop the crit. Or do I have to use a resolve for that?
Resilience stops a critical injury. So what this is not a critical injury. This is a critical fumble. So this would mean that you might damage your
May
weapon,
critically injure
or
myself.
you won't critically injure yourself. That's not how a critical fumble
Okay.
works.
Alright.
Oh, I will say, there is one where you could, in theory, do yourself a critical wound, but it's a fairly slim chance. But roll for me, please. So it's up to you. If you want to spend the resilience, you can. But at this stage,
see if I get critical wounded and then.
yeah, you might not critical wound yourself. So roll a d100, please.
Oh. That's not the right command.
Cool. Your weapon suffers 1 damage, and you will act last. Which you already
Can I
are. So.
ignore that anyway? Because my weapon will break. Because it's already taken 1 damage.
How much damage can your weapon take?
I don't. Well, it can. I don't know how it works, but I remember reading before if it takes more than 1 damage, it's basically fucked because like the cost to repair it is crazy. If I can't, then it is what it is.
So what I'm reading here, it says if the damage is reduced to +0, then the weapon is mangled beyond all recognition and counts as an improvised weapon.
Yeah, I remember the cost of repairing it goes up a lot.
By 10% per damage point sustained.
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is.
So
I just can't even afford anything anyway, so it doesn't really.
I'm sure you could ask your employers to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I'm already in debt to them, and I don't like being in debt. Anyway, all good.
Alright, it is the start of the next round, so on a... Cool. Excellent. You hear from down the street, someone calls out, "Quick, call the watch!" Oh, excellent. Well done. Guess who's going to turn up in 10 rounds' time? Jesus.
Amazing.
Okay, Wolfgang, you're up.
Good.
See if we can make this last till round 14.
Who was the most injured of the ones looking at, like the ones in front of me?
Okay, so...
Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna pick the third guy. So is Gehenna doing all right now? Gehenna's not been.
So Gehenna is no longer outnumbered. There is... she's killed one of them. The one that was behind her that you also struck, she's now slaying him. So the original guy that you first attacked is still attacking her. He's pretty fucked up.
He's the one that I walloped in the guts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So he's going to get hammered. Okay. That doesn't make sense.
Can he get hammered again?
Let's try that again.
May he?
There we go.
Nice. He will attempt to parry that. You... Yeah, I got... How do you kill him? The body shot.
I just wind up and I just wind up, and basically kind of like slip my arm through my shield so I can get both hands on it, and just baseball bat it right into his guts, just like poof, right in.
Crack. His rib cage caves in, and he collapses to the floor, blood leaking out of his mouth.
Yep.
All right. A thug comes up and tries to attack you, Wolfgang. He's going to try and shank you with a dagger.
Great.
He's feeling plucky.
Apparently.
Nope.
just lift my leg and just like leg parry it with the arm up. Just like,
Just
nah,
shing, not today,
nah.
sir. Alright, Gehenna, you're up.
I'm gonna hit a guy.
So there's a gentleman in front of you who is now, I guess, to the side of where Wolfgang is, and then there's another guy who's just come up behind Wolfgang, who are either one you can take sort of a step in either direction and get next to them to whack.
Cool. I'll take the guy who looks worse off.
Cool. So you step forward rather than stepping sideways.
Yep.
And have at thee.
Difficulty?
Always challenging stuff.
Technically, it will be outnumbering, so average.
Ha. Sometimes average, Alex.
Okay.
Oh, big old one.
Yes.
Big old goose egg. Let's see what he rolls, but yeah, okay. Roll for me, please, a d10.
Come on.
4. 4 is safe. 4 is safe. Okay, so you definitely kill him, but let's see what the... where do you want to have hit him, seeing as you've crit successed? In the left arm or the right leg? 'Cause it seems to be giving you either option.
I want to hit him in the left arm.
Great. Still an arm critical wound. A gaping wound. Oh, he probably bleeds out from that gaping wound
Probably.
as you stab him through the shoulder and into his heart.
Haha.
Marvellous. That is that one. DED dead. Alright, then we have one of these gentlemen who is going to attack Gehenna. Whoa. It's not a crit success, but core blimey, it's close.
Alright.
Oh, you would have gotten advantage from that as well, by the way.
Oh, cool. Let me just bump that up. Would it still be average?
No, it'll be challenging for defense.
Challenging for
Yep.
this. Yep. Oh,
Sadly, he actually weaks you.
so rude.
So you lose your advantage, sadly.
Understandable.
And that is 14 damage to your left
Oh.
arm. To your left arm.
Okay, gosh. Wow. So that's 8 damage to me. That's rough.
That is rough, buddy. And Leon, you're up.
Alright. I don't think I can swap weapons mid-combat, so I'll just have to keep going. Well, it is helping me defensively.
It's annoying when they're digital dice, because they're physical dice. You can put them in dice trail to think about what they've done wrong.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's not the dice.
These ones will sin.
I don't ever blame the dice, I just blame me.
Oh no.
That doesn't tell me anything. I'll come back to it.
Although I have weighted checked my dice if they're weighted badly before, because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sus.
Yeah.
Alright, he has attempted to parry you and has failed. So that
Alright.
is 5 plus 6.
Well, it's actually... Oh, no, I've reduced the damage properly. That
Yeah.
is correct.
So that is 11 damage that he is taking.
And any armor or shield I hit gets damaged by 1
Cool.
point.
He's not actually wearing armor, but that is good to know.
Okay, that's fine.
11 minus.
Alright.
That is. Technically, he would have actually had a point of advantage, so that's actually 1 less. He loses the point of advantage now. So that means that he's on 10. Okay. It is the top of the next round. I shall change that to round 5. Wolfgang, you're up.
The one that tried to shank me.
Yep.
Try
Interesting.
again. It's weird it's doing that.
Nice. I strongly suspect that this gentleman is going to attempt to dodge out of the way and will probably not succeed here.
Might crit.
I mean, he did technically succeed. Just not enough.
Yeah.
That is 9 plus 6, being 15.
Mhm.
He's not completely down and out, but he's not looking very happy.
Yep.
Nor
should he.
Oh, or... No, I am thinking of a different guy. Yeah, he's not looking terribly happy, so that is... that many wounds left. Alright, it is his go now. He's going to attempt to strike back at you.
Alright.
He's going to not do that. He's going to use the dagger that he started attacking you with. I'm not going to make him change weapons partway through. That would be silly. Oi, there it is. $71. What's that on the whoops-a-daisy table? He misses his next action.
It was going to anyway.
He was going to anyway. Alright, Johanna, you are up.
Let's see. Challenging.
Who are you attacking?
Who's in front of me?
Who is in front of you? That's a great question. He is dead. He is dead. Currently, no one. You would need to sort of step around to Alex's right to attack the gentleman that he is fighting.
Sure, I'll do that. Does that make him outnumbered?
It will
No?
do.
So average.
So average, correct.
Oh,
Oh, another crit. He will attempt to dodge this. It's not looking... Wow, okay. I mean, he technically succeeds, but you succeed better. Roll for me, please, a D10. Cool. Nothing bad happens. You run him through, and he perishes under your blade.
nice.
So he definitely misses his next action, as it were, for he is
That's
dead.
what you get for trying to be mean and flexing on me.
Alright. We have a gentleman who's going to attempt to attack Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
Ho ho, big crit success.
Not bad.
Technically wins it.
Yeah. That's annoying.
He deals technically 7 points of damage
Okay. To my body.
to your body.
Yeah, cool.
But it was a critical success, so it is a body critical wound is imbibed unless you want to use a resilience.
I won't. Seems odd, but yep. I mean, he does no wounds because armor and toughness and shield, etc.
Arterial damage. I think... Let me look up how critical wounds work, because I think if you're not actually taking an actual wound,
Yeah.
let us... Armor critical deflection. Interesting, that's something I didn't know. You can actually, it says here, if you suffer a critical wound from an incoming attack on a location protected by armor, you can choose to let your armor be damaged by 1 point and ignore the critical wound.
I'll do that.
Oh, that's cool.
You will still suffer any normal wounds, and now that your armor is 1 point lower, you may suffer an extra wound. But you will
Sure.
ignore the critical wound.
That's fine. I'll do that.
That's interesting. I did not.
How does that work in terms of its 1 point lower? Like, is that in terms of how much it offers protection wise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And then I think it's the same. You have to pay 10% of the armor's value to get it repaired.
Correct.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
No
worries.
I am curious though, now that we're on the topic of it, what would have happened in that instance where you technically have taken no damage from the attack? Would you then have actually taken a critical wound?
Yeah.
Each critical wound, that actually doesn't say anything. That is...
Because it's my body is 4, my toughness is 5, and then I have a shield, which I am wielding at the moment.
Doesn't seem to say. Anyway, I think the way that we've played it is probably fine. If you're going to choose to have your armor sort of soak that, rather than taking the critical win. Arterial damage doesn't sound like fun.
No.
So that's fine. He will still technically succeed with that attack, and gain a point of advantage, which will be this guy.
So that stops my big advantage train. I mean, I was on 5. I was on max for a while. So.
Right, it is Leon. You are up.
I'm gonna hit that guy that's still in front of me.
Do it.
Am I outnumbering now?
No. There's still 2 of them
Fighting
against
the other
one of
guy.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But haven't they moved over to fight those guys as well, or is there more?
There are more than you think there are.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Who are you attacking? This guy. He has no advantage, so that is fine. He will attempt to dodge. Oh! It's not a crit, but it's pretty close. That is 5 plus 7, 12 damage. Yeah, you take him out.
Alright, well, where did I hit him? I can't see it. It's all white. Left
arm.
I just take his arm off.
Take his arm off at the shoulder. Nice.
Yeah.
He bleeds out. Alright, it is top of the next round. Guys, we're only at round 6. We've got to around 14 before the watch arrives. Do you reckon you can kill them all?
I hope so.
I mean, there are, hopefully.
1, 2, 3... There's only 4 left. I'm sure you can manage it.
Yeah. Well,
Alright,
I'm going to have a go at the guy that just, chipped my armor.
Yep.
Because quite offensive.
Quite offended.
Am I outnumbering him or not?
Technically, no. So, where he's come from, Gehenna's on the opposite side of you.
Yeah.
So this gentleman does have a point of advantage. He will attempt a dodge. And he shall. He shall gain a second point of advantage. So he is now on 2 advantage. Right. The thug that was fighting... the other of the 2 thugs that was fighting you, sorry, not Wolfgang, Leon, will strike at you. No longer outnumbering you. Not promising. Hey,
I'm on +2
Yep.
technically.
Yeah, no, that shows up.
No, I get an extra success.
Oh, of course.
Using an halberd.
Yep,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, I see. Yep. You gain another point of advantage because you successfully defended that one. Gehenna,
I didn't
you are.
see that you had already gone.
You are up.
I missed the roll. It's too close.
Alrighty.
So
who's around me at this point?
you will need to. So currently, Leon is facing one. There's one. Hang on, how many guys have I got left? Sorry. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So there's one who is fighting Leon. There is technically 2 fighting Wolfgang, and then there's another one that is kind of lurking at the back, not doing anything.
Alright, I guess I'll go help Wolfgang.
Yep.
Does his outnumber affect me?
No, so if you're assisting Wolfgang fighting one of the guys,
Yeah.
you will outnumber him depending on where you position
cool.
yourself.
Okay, so I guess I'll position myself to outnumber him.
Yep. So basically you just flank him on either side.
Yeah. Alright.
Oof. He will... no, that's actually this guy, isn't it? And he is... no advantage. Dodge. Minimize. That made it sound like something had happened. Ah, there we go. Just being slow on my screen. Cool. So he succeeds there.
It dodges.
And
enough.
gains a point of advantage. He's going to strike back at you.
Oh dear.
Oops. No, I need to put his advantage in. Strong.
Phew.
I'll just take that advantage away from him now.
Yep. Wonderful.
You obviously need to try and dodge it still, but I don't see him winning somehow. You may get a point of advantage back, depending on what happens.
Let's find out. Difficulty?
Challenging. Nice.
Oh, wait, that's not.
Oh, it's
I
that's a
hit
cool
cool
test.
instead of dodge.
I mean, you could very.
It's alright, everyone. I stay cool.
You stayed cool, guys.
I'm glad I
I mean,
wasted my
you can
roll.
technically use cool as a defense.
I'd rather not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Technically, you can
Yes.
use cool, but also
I just stare at him
just.
rudely.
All right. You do gain a point of advantage for that.
Yay.
Leon, you are up.
You're going down, mate.
Leon's on the advantage train now.
Choo
Yeah.
choo.
He's on
Still
the good.
rolling really hard.
He's on the good ship advantage. He's going to attempt to parry you. He fails, so that is 9 damage.
I've also just remembered I have Strike Mighty Blow.
Oh, how many levels do you have in that?
Just the one.
Okay, so that's an additional 1 point of damage then.
Yeah.
So that is that guy technically. So he is on. So that's, did I say 9 points of damage? So it would be 10 points of damage. Cool. It is top of the next round. We're getting there, guys. Halfway towards the town guards arriving.
Cool.
Wolfgang, you're up.
All right. I'm going to try and smack the guy that's dancing around in front of me.
Yep.
That's more like it.
That is promising. Okay, this guy actually has
He's got some advantage. Yeah.
2 advantage now. So he's going to try to attempt to parry you. No.
Good.
Big unfortunate. That is, let's see, 9 plus 6, 15. He hasn't taken any damage yet, but that's okay. So he loses all of his advantage. He's on Alright, the thug that had been hanging back attempts to join the fray and is going to attack Gehenna. You know what? He's going to attempt to shank you with his dagger, I reckon.
Unfortunate. There we go.
Nice. You succeed.
Yay.
And so that's another point of advantage to you, and it's now your go.
Alright. So that guy who just tried to stab me. I'm trying to stab him.
Do it.
Is he the guy who I'd get advantage against from different?
No, he would not be. This guy would just be a challenging roll.
That's alright. Yeah.
Very nice. He's going to attempt to skip out of the way. Not bad. Not enough though. Roll for me please a d10. So close.
So close.
So close. Alright, that is 9 plus 3 is 12 damage. So he is now on. That's another point of advantage, by the way. Alright. A thug is going to attempt to attack you, Wolfgang. This is not the one that has advantage, it's the other one. Oh, the one who... Not the one you just struck, the other one, sorry.
Yeah.
He is going to make an attempt. It's not promising. Intriguing. You don't lose your advantage.
Yeah, that's good.
And then Leon, you're up. Nice. This gentleman here will attempt a dodge. Hello? Where'd you go?
Me or the dodge?
No, the dodge. I definitely clicked it. Are we getting some latency?
No. I guess he just doesn't dodge. then.
I guess he just doesn't dodge. Let me try that again. The. There we go. He crit fails. Even better.
Oh.
There's the dodge.
Where's the dodge? This is the dodge you were looking for. Alright, that will be more than enough to kill him. You just slice and dice another arm off?
Yeah, this time it's the other arm, so
Yep.
I'm keeping it symmetrical.
Keeping it even. Nice. Alright, it is top of the next round. I reckon there's a strong chance you'll fend them all off in another 6 rounds. Wolfgang, you're up.
So,
Alright. Let's swing back at dude in front of me.
Yep. Lovely. He will attempt to dodge that. He succeeds.
Oh, look at that.
Take
That's a
you and
shame.
your initiative and get out.
Mm.
So he's on 1 advantage. And it is now the thug that is fighting Gehenna. The one that tried to shank you. He's going to have another go. That's right. He is alive still. Not with that, he's not. Make a dodge, see if you get some more advantage racked up.
For me?
Yes, you.
Alright, let's go. No.
You still do technically better than he did, so...
But I lose my advantage, yeah?
Nope, no you don't. Not in this
No?
instance.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm
It
pleased
is
with that.
your go.
I'm gonna try stab him.
Do it. He's going to attempt a parry, I think, with his dagger. Ooh, it's not a crit fail, but it's close.
Yeah. I might try and re-roll that, I think.
Sure, so that's your last
I'd
fortune
rather
point?
not. Yep, I'd rather not die.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ah, that is just rude.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Well,
Alright, he succeeds in parrying you. So he will gain a point of advantage. You lose all your advantage now.
understandable.
Alright, who have I got left alive? Okay. One of the thug, Alex, that you that sort of dodged away from your blow is going to try and attack you.
Right.
Oops, I forgot he should have a point of advantage. That would be useful to put in before I press send. Oh! Oh! Get gone, fiend!
No.
Well then.
Yep. He's gonna try.
He's got to try. By advantage, my old friend. Leon, you are up. Do you have anyone facing you? You don't. So presently, you see two larger thugs attacking Wolfgang and one lesser thug attacking Gehenna.
I will run up and attack one of the thugs that's attacking Wolfgang.
Sure. The one that just attempted to attack him, or the one that is already wounded?
If there's one that's already wounded, I'm gonna take a slash at him.
Cool.
If
Excellent.
I can see the blood.
Yep. You can see the blood and it gets your, gets in
Yeah.
your nose. Nice.
Oh, I forgot to add advantage from the last one, I think.
So you should be on +5, do you reckon?
I think so. I'm just scrolling back up to see my last attack. Yeah, I did. I forgot
Okay.
to add it.
So that should be a plus. That would be technically another +5. Alright, and that is 5 plus.
Oh, and then the one for striking.
7
would.
plus 1 is 13 points of damage. It's a decent amount of damage. He's not happy about it. But he's still kicking.
Wrong one. That's my.
6. Alright, top of the next round. Wolfgang, you are up.
Yeah. All right. Gonna smack him with my hammer.
Cool. The wounded gentleman or the other one?
The other one.
Marvellous.
Oh,
Oh, a
I'm not.
big old goose egg.
not.
Alright, he will attempt a dodge here. See what happens. He does get a point of advantage. So that is that one. Cool. That's not how you spell advantage. That's okay. Right, Gehenna, the thug attacking you will attempt to do a shank with his little dagger of fun times. And he has a point of advantage. It's not looking promising.
Promising.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh! Glorious. Point of advantage to you. He loses his advantage. And you're up.
Alright. No.
He loses his advantage. He will attempt a parry here. Let's see if he can make something happen. Am I just clicking too fast? Is that what's happening here?
Maybe.
I must just be clicking too fast.
those RTS
Got to keep him up.
reflexes.
Alright, so he succeeds there, getting his point of advantage back that he just lost.
And I lose my point of
And you
advantage
lose
that
your
I
point
just
of
got.
advantage. Big oof.
We're trading.
Alright, the wounded, somewhat larger thug is going to strike back at Wolfgang. No, not Wolfgang, sorry, at Leon.
Yep.
Gah! He's got the crit, I'm afraid.
Why did I damn 52. Yeah.
Alright, that is...
Can you do anything about
only, what's that, 8 minus 3 is 5 damage to your head.
it? So I don't take any.
The question then becomes is, critical wound.
I'll just take a point of damage to my
Helmet and
Helmet.
ignore it.
yeah. I still don't take any wounds.
Marvelous. Alright, he does get a
I
point of
just make a
advantage
note of
though
that.
for winning that.
Yep.
So he is on 1 advantage. And then it is your go.
Alright.
Technically you won that, so you've lost
Yeah,
all your
yeah,
advantage there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll still take a swing at him. Yeah. I've
He-
actually rolled high, like almost every roll. I just happen to get advantage.
Yeah. He will parry it, and also fails.
Yep.
Alright.
So he just keeps his advantage.
He just keeps his advantage. It is the top of the next round. Wolfgang, you are up.
Cool. I will attempt to smack said boy. Oh,
Nice. He has one of those. He will attempt to dodge. Ooh, he fails.
nice.
Even with his advantage. Big shame. That is 12 points of damage. I think he actually hasn't taken any wounds yet, this guy. No, he hasn't. So that is... that. Right, the Shanker McShankerson is going to attempt to shank Gehenna again. So many crits this fight.
Yeah, it's been
Jeez.
crazy. I haven't critted, and I
Hey.
crit on doubles and tens.
Yeah. Alright, that is a win for him. So that is 6 damage to the body, but it's also a crit. So, if you want, you can take a point of damage to your body armor and not take a critical wound, or you can spend a point of
Yeah.
resilience, or you can let it
I
happen.
might do a resilience perhaps, I think. That was 6 damage, wasn't it?
Yes.
My armor and toughness absorbs that, I think.
Cool. He's up to 2. And it is your go.
Alrighty. Let's see how we go.
You roll well when it comes to defending yourself.
I'll say.
Although I will say you did have a hot streak for a bit there. Oh! Well, he has just rolled a crit fail, so
Oh, thank goodness.
say goodbye to that advantage that he just had. That can go away. And then let's see what he has done to himself. 10. I think he just does a point of damage to himself. I think he just like slaps himself in the head. Yeah, he takes 1 wound. So that takes him down to that many. Alright. The gentleman that you just struck, Alex, will attempt to strike you back.
Right.
He does not have advantage. Oof.
Get back.
Get back, scum. Alright, point of advantage for you. And then, Leon, you are up.
Gonna hit you, you bastard. No, I'm not. I lied.
He is going to parry that with his kosh. I know it says sword, but it actually looks like a kosh. Cool. That is a success for him. That is another point of advantage for him. He's now on 2. Top of the round, Wolfgang, you're up.
Alright, I will strike him.
You can
Again,
hear the watch
hopefully.
running up the street.
Mhm.
That is...
As far as I'm concerned, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, you've just defended yourself.
Exactly.
Oh! Oh! Get back, sir, he says. Captain Shank is going to attempt to shank Johanna.
Thank you.
Oh, that is decent amount of damage this time. 4 plus 7, 11 points of damage to
Oh,
your
damn.
arm
Which one?
left.
Oof. Alrighty.
And it is now your go. I assume you're still
I'm
around.
gonna drink a healing draft, I think.
Okay. That is your toughness bonus plus D4 hit points back.
That's alright, I can have 5 back.
Alright. Leon, the guy that you have been attacking, is going to attack you.
He does.
He has 2 advantage.
That's +2.
Yep. He still
He
beats you.
beat me, you
Still beats you.
bastard.
Alright, so it's +2, not +1. So
Yeah.
he does 9 points of damage to your head.
Stop hitting me in the head, you a-hole. It was 9, he said.
9, yep.
So then I'm going to take on my head damage, so that's 5, so 4.
And it is your go.
Is the other guy still next to us?
So
Is both people still there, or is it just
base-
this one guy?
basically, it's like 1-on-1 now between the 3 of you.
But I can hit the other guy, right?
With your long-reaching weapon, yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna
you-
swing on him.
Try and get the guy that's in front of Wolfgang.
Yeah, because I want to try and get some advantage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm still missing, so I'm just gonna give this guy advantage.
It's quite possible. We'll see. This guy only has one advantage, so he might fumble this. Or not. Or not. He'll just give him more advantage.
Fucking useless.
Alright, it is top of the next round. The guards are only 2 rounds away now. These guys have held out valiantly. Wolfgang, you're up. Wallop.
Get hammered.
Get wrecked, son. He will attempt to dodge. He succeeds.
Whoa.
He succeeds.
Gosh.
Get wrecked, son.
Yeah.
If I hadn't have given him the advantage,
Yeah.
he would have won.
Yeah, basically, right?
I'm helping, guys.
Yeah, but who?
Yeah, well, I didn't say who, did I?
Yeah.
Alright, the captain of Shank is going to attempt to shank Gehenna once again.
Again with this.
Should just put my weapons down, I'll be more use.
Okay. That's
I mean, they're obviously paid really well or really brave.
Yeah,
They're
right?
gonna fight us to the death. Like that's
Well, they're super
that's been
spiteful.
full on. Like when we start killing them, I thought they were gonna like
Break
like
it.
whoa, well, hang on a minute. This is like
So
Sorry.
that is 6 damage, Gehenna.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
whatever's driving them on. They're obviously more scared of.
To which part of me?
Your left leg, apparently.
Alrighty. That's okay, I can soak most of that.
And he continues his steamroll. It is your go.
Alright, let's hope this doesn't do anything horrible.
He's going to attempt to parry you.
Parry this, you fucking
You
casual.
filthy casual. He does.
Oh my god.
He does. He is now at max advantage.
That's delightful, I'm so glad for him.
Wolfgang,
Sure could use some stabbing help.
the guy that you are fighting is going to attack you.
Yep.
Oops. He is on quite a bit of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Okay. Okay. There it is.
Hey.
Crit success. Get back.
That is more
Yeah.
like it.
That is more like it.
He loses all of his advantage,
Yeah.
and
Gain one again.
you gain 1. Leon, you are up.
I'm still gonna try and swing on that guy.
Yep. So the guy that Wolfgang is fighting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Huzzah, I've rolled well.
He doesn't have any advantage anymore,
Nice.
so there's a chance here.
Yay.
There's a chance for Faramir, Captain of Gondor, to prove his quality, as it were.
Mm.
Yes. Yes,
Nice.
indeed. That is 5 plus 10.
Nice.
That's one.
Would you believe it won't be enough to kill him?
You added the extra one on, right?
Oh, I am now, so plus 1. 11.
Is the halberd doing low damage because it's damaged?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
damaged
okay.
twice.
Yeah, okay.
But it's only
Um,
doing 2.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he takes some damage. He is still up, though. It is next round. Wolfgang, you're up. We're 1 round away from the watch arriving.
Oh god.
Alright. He will attempt to dodge this.
This should be out of it. He's obviously out of advantage now.
He is out of advantage. Rolled a flat 0. So close as well. 36 on 35.
Yeah.
So that
I'm
is...
going to use my numbers column 5 instead of the success levels
Sure.
because I can.
Yep.
Because of the impact.
Yep.
So
So that is actually
so
14
yeah,
damage.
14 damage, yeah.
Cool. He can soak. I think that is exactly the right amount to kill him.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
It's actually. No. Sorry, I tell a lie.
Okay.
It is not.
Okay.
It is close, but no cigar.
He is having a bad day.
He is having a bad day.
Yeah.
Alright, the King of Shank is going to attempt to shank Gehenna once again.
Surprising no one.
He is maxed out on advantage. So
Hooray.
let's see how he goes. A big 3.
Please don't kill me.
That is 16 points of damage.
Fuck. To where?
Your right arm.
Yeah, that's down me. That's got me below 7.
Okay. So, how far past your 0 hit points are you at?
3.
Okay. We will need to make you roll some critical wounds.
Hooray!
It was an arm wound, so roll for me please a D100.
This had better be not the same arm as I got a really cool prosthesis for. Because that'll be a waste. So 1D100 was it?
That's please. 19. That's okay. It is a minor cut. You gain a bleeding condition, which is not ideal considering that you are now unconscious.
Nope.
So you'll lose an additional wound at the end of each round. So you also take one further wound, so you're currently at neg 4.
Yep.
Cool. You are unconscious. So we'll move to Thug Boss the Younger, who is going to attack Wolfgang, because why not? He will do that. Oof. He
And he gets an
succeeds.
advantage again.
That is only 9 points of damage to the torso.
Cool. That is 0 points of damage to the torso.
0 points of damage to the torso, and he is back on 1 advantage. Leon, you're up.
Right, I'm going to disengage by spending an advantage.
Yep.
And run over to where Gehenna is and attack the other guy
Sure.
that's there.
Sounds good.
I can disengage using a relentless.
Okay. Yep. So you still
If
keep.
you use an advantage when disengaging, you may keep a number of advantage equal to your level
Yep.
of relentless, which is 1. Further, you may use advantage to disengage even if you have lower advantage than your opponents.
Nice. So you had 1 advantage.
1, and so I keep it.
Cool. Nice.
And then yeah, I'll run over and attack that guy.
Cool. He will attempt to dodge out of your way.
So I get +2.
Oh, he rolls a big crit fail.
He had 5 advantage, right? I'll
He
just
did.
take it all.
You're just going to take it all? There it
Yeah.
is. Alright, he loses all 5 advantage.
But he takes no damage.
Takes no damage. Alright, it is the top of round 14. The City Watch will arrive at the end of this round. Wolfgang, you're up.
Ah.
This guy has 1 advantage. He will attempt to dodge. been rolling hot for these bloody thugs.
Mm.
Okay, he is there. The captain of Shank, freed of his advantage, is going to turn around and attempt to attack Leon.
Me?
Oh, Gehenna, sorry, before I forget, you lose another wound at the end of the last round due to your bleeding condition. Cool, he fails. Gehenna is unconscious and bleeding. It
Hooray.
is so the thug that my brain Leon was fighting and he disengaged from is going to turn and attempt to attack Wolfgang.
Mhm.
This gentleman has 3 advantage. I heard it. Are you going to come through? Oh, a crit. Oh, another crit.
Right back at you.
Well, he loses all of his advantage.
Nice.
You gain a point of advantage, and he did a crit fail, so he does a 34, which does what now? His weapon suffers a point of damage. Okay. Bye-bye advantage. Strikes last. -1 damage. -1. No, not -14. -1 damage. -14 damage is not doing a great deal at all. Leon, you are up.
I'm attacking this guy again.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Now the crit fails are rolling in. He's dead. You run him through with your halberd.
I can't do anything though.
He is dead as nails. And then as you run this guy through, the town watch arrives. I'm not going to bother adding in town watch to this fight at this point.
Yeah.
They are there. Wolfgang, you're up.
Yep. Cool. I mean, I haven't really noticed them or bothered.
No, that's it.
I get an advantage for blocking that, don't I?
You did, yes.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to try and just finish him off.
Nice. He is now freed of his advantage. He will attempt to dodge. Pretty good.
Not bad, but
that's
not good enough.
not good enough. That is 9 plus 4, technically. So 13. I think that will be enough to take him out. I think he was only on. He was on 6. So yeah, he's out.
Yeah, nice.
Dead. The thug is dead. Gehenna is unconscious. The final thug, who is fighting Wolfgang, will make a swing. This guy has 2 advantage. Oh, it's a big crit. Alright, that is 8, 11 damage and a crit.
Well, it can destroy my shield.
Sure.
Basically, it just damages, just ruins my shield.
Yep.
And
Ignore the crit.
yeah, basically.
Sure. He gains another point of advantage.
I take a couple of wounds from that as well.
Okay. Leon is up.
I'll turn around and swing at that person.
Yep.
Oh, actually, no, I won't. I don't have any like bandages or anything. Can I do anything to stop the bleeding?
Does Gehenna have any bandages on her person?
I think I do actually.
Yes, I do. I have 6 bandage.
Cool. Maybe you rummage through her bag and find a bandage and attempt to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Make for me, please, a challenging heal test. Sorry, average heal test. It is only a marginal failure. You know what? I'm feeling generous. You successfully remove the bleeding condition. She's still unconscious, but you've stopped bleeding.
And then I would lose all my advantage.
Correct, for not fighting anything that turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Wolfgang, you're up. There's one guy left in front of you.
Just die, man. If you want to fight us to the death, then so be it.
Oh, there it is. He has 3 advantage. I will say this guy's been sitting on 2 wounds for a while now, and has just been hanging on. Nah, that'll do him though.
Yep.
That'll do him. Let's see what sort of crit you do to him. Cleft hand.
And he puts his hand up, like his right hand up to the no, and then I just crush through his arm.
Crush through his arm.
Instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he is very cooked.
On doing that, I'm gonna race over to Gehenna and try and help.
Yep.
Bandage her.
Cool. Sounds good.
Oh, good. I have obviously wasted all my good rolls. I've got advances in heal and everything. I've got bandages. That's fine. Whatever.
Fortunately, Leon was able to stop the bleeding, but Gehenna is unconscious.
No.
The town watch comes jogging up to you. You recognise one of the guys. It was the guy that Leon spoke to at the start of the day at the watchtower.
Nice.
And he goes, "What's all this then, eh? What are you doing fighting these lads then?"
They were
wounded our friend.
They were threatening us, and I told them to piss off, and then they attacked. So we just defended ourselves.
Oh, right,
You saw the end of it. They kept fighting us.
Don't even know who these people are.
No.
This is true, and he rolls one of them over with his boot and spots the symbol that you noticed earlier. He goes, "Oh, I see. They're members of the Stevedores Guild. They're
What?
The Stevedores Guild.
Dock workers?
Dock workers, yeah.
Why would they?
More importantly, why would they fight us to the death?
Yes.
It became pretty apparent we outclassed them.
Well, I wasn't doing so great, but
That guy with the dagger was pretty handy.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not that unheard of for members of the Stevedores Guild to be signed up as ad hoc mercenaries for people in need of a bit of added muscle. But fighting to the death is a bit extreme.
Speaking of extreme, our friend's quite badly injured. If you wouldn't mind escorting us to the Temple of Shalia, where we could get her some healing, please.
Yeah, certainly.
Well, now that we're out of combat, I'll give her a healing draft.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Gehenna, you will recover your toughness bonus plus D4 hit points.
As long as you have a healing draft, because I don't have one.
I do have one. Do you have one, Gehenna, or do I have one? Are we using one of
You
your
have
ones?
one, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Use my one.
Thanks.
Alright.
So I recover
Well, I think
7,
we should get out of here.
which puts me on 2.
Cool. You recover enough to be helped to your feet, and between the assistance of Wolfgang and Leon, you are led to the Temple of Shalia. And I think we'll wrap up there for tonight, because this has gone on quite long,
Yeah.
and it is quite late.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks all. Do we want to
Thank
try
you.
and reconvene in a fortnight?
Sounds good.
That'd
Yeah,
be
sounds
the
good.
15th.
Mhm.
Marvelous.
Thank
Yeah,
you. And we're so late.
That's all right.